Welcome to President's Club. We have our newest seven-figure President's Club highly coveted award winner, Jordan, here with us from Clora, the intelligence, life science to talent, matchmaking, genius, algorithmic AI engine. And he could get into that a little bit more in detail. But Jordan, man, thanks so much for joining us today. I'm so excited to hear your story. And the goal of this show is twofold. One, we want to provide salespeople a safe place to brag about their success. We go to war every single day against our quota, against an empty pipeline, you name it, and it's already really hard. And typically there's not a lot of people rooting for you to make a ton of money, to close a ton of deals, you name it, not even family, friends, you name it. So that's why we love this show, to brag about our users, our customers, and then also to inspire 100,000 users on Seamless. Everyone's watching this to win the Seven Figure Club Award. You just won it. So I'm excited for you to tell your journey, your story from kind of soup to nuts, all the secrets, how you did it and in between. So yeah, why don't you just introduce us real quick, your background and what you do at Clora?
Yeah, man. So I started off in sales back in, I'm from Jupiter, Florida, Palm Beach, Florida, for those of you who know where that is.
Is that where Michael Jordan lives?
Yeah, a lot of people live there, man. It's Oprah, Michael Jordan, Kenny Chesney. It's like you can go through the list of celebrities. They probably have a house there. It's Jupiter Island. Before Dubai was built, #1 place in the world per capita for wealth. So pretty interesting place to grow up. But I was living there, started doing actually personal training sales down there. So,
what type of sales?
Personal training.
Oh, PT, like lifting.
Yeah.
Got it.
So I started working at a Gold's Gym, sold out my schedule within, a month and a half, started selling out everybody else's schedule. And I was like, all right, I like this. This is what I want to do. So that sold me on it. Dove right in. One of my buddies had gotten a job doing window and door sales. So totally off the wall, something I never expected to get into. Immediately jumped into that. And you always start at the bottom, right? So they were like, we need you to be an estimator, learn the business. So did that, jumped right into sales, and started trying to build up a real CRM, a real sales pipeline, instead of just kind of the mom and pop shop that it was. So built up a CRM, dove in deep there, built up their service industry as well. So that's like going back, finishing up different punch outs and making sure that the entire, early start all the way to the 10 years later, everything's still working great for our customers.
And this is Windows?
Yeah, windows and doors. Yeah.
Windows and doors. So you'll go into a house or an office building and just do the whole thing for them?
Exactly. So, and down in Florida, it's a big ticket item because of hurricanes, right? So hurricane impact, it's expensive. It's not uncommon for a house to have a $130,000, $150,000 window order for one house.
It's huge.
Yeah, so you can't go wrong there. So that was good.
And everyone's got windows and doors.
And everybody's got windows and doors. And every time you build a new house, you got to meet the new code, which is usually higher and more expensive. It has to survive a certain, impact rating, all these different things that go into it. Can it take a 2x4 going 150 miles an hour? That kind of stuff. So that was a lot of fun, man. Really learned my way around, I would say, like relational sales there.
And was that door to door, like knocking door to door?
So not really door to door. I'd say it was more like company to company, right? Going to construction. So it's more B2B than B2C. But going into different construction companies, hey, I see you have a house being, framed out over on, 45th. Let's link up and talk about getting you some better pricing than the other guys. So it's more along those lines and really, spread my wings in the relational part there. Then from there, my wife got a job in Boston, so I went to Boston, and I knew startups were the place I wanted to be. Started with a company called Ori, which is robotic furniture.
Oh, wow. Yeah. What, like when you say a robotic furniture, what does that mean? So
like transforms with the touch of a button. So it's the first system they had was a bed combined with like entertainment center / closet.
Oh my gosh. First off, I fell in love with these because I used to live in New York. Yeah. And it would like go and then it'd go right?
Exactly.
It was like on you couldn't on a wait list. I couldn't get it ever. I don't think I ever was able to buy it.
Yeah, man. I mean, so I was focused more on the, again, B2B side with a little bit of B2C sprinkled in, but focusing primarily in BD, so getting that pipeline built up. So really got to grow a lot there, which was sick. But yeah, the product was nuts, man. I mean, these engineers, MIT engineers, they can build anything you want. Like it's nuts. It really is. So getting to work with those guys was sick. I mean, got to learn a lot more about like the VC culture here in Boston, and then what all that looks like. So after that, went into furniture sales. So I connected with a couple different factories that I built really good relationship with while my time at Clora. Wanted to do my own thing, got into selling furniture to hotels. So big bulk order hotel furniture. Started my own company doing that. And then one of my really close friends gave me a call. I was like, hey man, I need a BD AE over at Clora. Are you available? And I was like, am I available? So I went and did the interview thing, met with the CEO at Clora, and he sold me on it, man. I mean, this product is unbelievable. The niche they're filling is much needed. And, you think about what a pipeline looks like for like a pharmaceutical company, they're spent $2, $3, $4 billion over 10, 15 years to get this particular drug to market. Yep. And they're still going through LinkedIn to find their talent, their expertise. So it was, we just supercharged that and give you the ability to keep running, basically, to keep sprinting instead of taking like sprint and pause in between each part of the pipeline.
That's amazing, man. Well, congrats. And at Clora was when you were saying, walk us through the journey of how you got introduced to Seamless and how, sales changed for you at Clora.
Yeah. So with Clora, it was my first time diving super deep into like true email marketing, true B2B email marketing, and what the value props look like there, and also learning a whole new industry. So I think, in most industries, most sales pitches, it's the money, right? This is going to cost you less. Whereas in biotech, there's so much money, so much VC capital in the industry that there more often than not, I get the, I don't care what it costs, just find me the right person. Which music to my ears, right? Yeah. But it's not uncommon to pay, even with Clora, $500-$600 an hour for a particular consultant that you really need for any particular task. So when I first found Seamless was on LinkedIn, just kind of browsing through different sales leaders on the platform. Came across your profile. And saw, of course, Seamless immediately. Clicked on it. I was like, oh, this guy seems pretty cool. It seems like he knows what's going on. Let's check it out. So dove into Seamless, set up a demo the next day with my team. I loved it, man. The LinkedIn crawler, the ability to pull off LinkedIn was like immediately. I was like, we have Sales Nav. There's no easy way to leverage it. This is perfect. Let's get it. My team, while they were like, oh yeah, this is really cool, but we already have 100,000 credits on Zoom info. It's fine. Let's keep using Zoom info. This is how we've done it. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to get it myself then. So you guys were running that COVID-19. It was right when that kind of hit. I think it was early March, mid-March. It was like $100 a month. I was like, done. Let's go for it. So got that locked in. Met with Drew. He was really big helped me out, helped out one of my other AEs too. So once that started, I mean, things really changed radically. So a combination of us changing our messaging and then implementing Seamless, we were getting so many net new customers right off the bat that me personally, I like 160% sales the first 2 weeks. And then everything just jumped from there. So I hit the $1 million club in just the 4 months since then. So just, it was like 200K, 250, 270, 300. Here we are.
Wow. Oh, okay. So basically it was like 200. So basically 200, 220. Say that again.
200. So first, 2 weeks, I actually didn't look it up, but the 2 weeks end of March that I used Seamless, things radically changed. I don't have the numbers, but the next 4 months after that were 200, 250, 270, 300.
Unbelievable, man. That's amazing. Huge congrats. And what, who are you selling to, and what is the like average deal size, average sales cycle of your product?
Yeah, so the who I'm selling to is primarily pharmaceutical biotech executives, so VPs of development, CEOs, CMOs, CSOs. But you really need leadership buy-in to get this over the hump because their entire frame of reference needs to change around this idea. So kind of like how the idea of a hotel versus an Airbnb, right? The whole industry got flipped on its head.
Yep.
We're in that process where folks are still learning to take this in a way, the same way they use like their typical providers. They can use Clora, but it's just easier and better, faster, cheaper.
Wow. So in 4 months, that's 16 weeks. You go from zero to over $1 million in sales. Unbelievable. Targeting these development VPs, a bit of development, C-suite, at all of these biotech companies.
Yeah, and all those different functional areas as well. So, there's, again, super complex environment in the biotech industry. There's like regulatory, CMC, quality, clinical development, clinical operations, medical affairs, medical writing. I mean,
prospecting like in each of the, like at a company, would you go after 20 people, 50 people? How big are these lists on an account by account basis?
it really depends on the account. So the companies in biotech vary incredibly drastically. Like some companies are fully outsourced. They'll have literally 10, 12 full-time employees. And then everyone else is a consultant or a CRO, which is a contract research organization. And they just send everything out. And then they have this group of 10, 12 people that do all the strategic planning, send it out for execution. Wow. So, anywhere from, I would say 3 to 180 would be like the average.
Got it. And then, would love to hear about from sign up till the first 200K month. And then obviously 3 months after the first month, the million, like what were you doing? What were the secrets? What were the habits with Seamless and in sales at a high level that you could share?
Yeah, so with Seamless, the first thing that changed the whole game for me was the ability to search like specific leadership positions. So what I was doing in Seamless is I would build out like a large list. I'd pick 10 or 12 of those companies that I loved that I pulled either from LinkedIn or straight from the Seamless platform. And I would go onto their website, find their leadership team, type their name in specifically with the company name, and then find that person's email, like 9 times out of 10 at least, probably 95% of the time, find that person's direct email. Exactly. Awesome. So like, it wouldn't show up on LinkedIn, it wouldn't show up anywhere else, but being able to specifically target that person, I was capturing 100% of the C-suite on almost every company, and most of the VPs. Anyone on the executive team was getting an email from me.
Unbelievable. That's incredible, man. And then were you building lists every day? Like, was it easy work? Was it hard work? Love to just shape there's 100,000 people here. Yeah. You're part of the 1% of the 1% that literally in less than a year won the 7-figure club, trying to just break it down for them so they could understand your story even more.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a grind, right? I mean, you really budget your time based on what you need to accomplish. So if we look at the top end of the funnel and with a small sales team, you're like, okay, so top end needs some help today. All week, just grinding lists out, get those lists built. And then maybe that top of funnel starts looking a little better. You start looking down the funnel. Okay, what can we move forward? What can we push on? A little bit more on like the account-based marketing stuff, ABM type stuff. Keep those moving forward. I think the biggest piece in this industry especially is that building an enterprise level relationship. So being able to say, we can radically change your company's outlook in a year and a half by giving you access to these individuals that you may not have known existed because they're not in your immediate personal network. And you can do that at scale. So if you need 15 people in the next 6 months, we can do that as soon as you need them. You're like, okay, I need them in 2 months. Okay, in a week, they're going to be in your inbox ready to be interviewed.
Wow. That's insane, man. That's insane. Well, Jordan Black, I mean, come on. Congratulations. Welcome to the Seven Figure Presidents Club, our highly most coveted award. 4 months of signing up. This is incredible, man. The Seven Figure Award. You're part of less than 500 people that have this award out of 100,000. It's incredible. Congratulations on behalf of the entire team. We can't wait to get this thing shipped to you ASAP. What piece of advice would you have for anyone watching your story and using it as inspiration to one day want to win this thing?
Yeah. Find a mentor, number one. Number two, don't be afraid to try something different. The final campaign that ended up working, kind of coinciding with starting with Seamless, was something I just threw off the wall. I was like, hey, let's try this, see if it works. And it just crushed. I mean, it 3-4x'd all of our previous sequences. And it was just luck of the draw, decided to give it a shot. And then having Seamless to maximize that was huge.
Now, was that like a short sequence? Share a little bit of the goods on the sequence.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was 4 emails that went out within 3 days of each other. Just value prop follow up, just using kind of the F technique, I guess you could
4 emails in 3 days, basically.
No, 4 emails, 3 days spaced.
So, okay, got it.
12 days.
Value prop follow up. Value prop follow up.
Exactly.
That's amazing, man. And when you say value prop, like when you're architecting those emails, is it just like we help blank do blank in blank and then social proof? Or, how would you architect your...
What I like to do is in the subject, I like to get that credibility right off the bat. So usually I like to include either other customers we have, maybe a in common VC that they might have with other customers we have. And then I use the F model, which is where that first line is all about them, basically. How we found you, why you're awesome, why we want to work with you. The second one, the smaller piece of the F is the, why you're interested, why you might be interested in this. We saw, that you got a decent round of funding recently. And then the last small piece of the F, the line, so to speak, is just the Clora value prop. We can help you execute, more or less.
That's amazing, man. Wow. And it just, boom, skyrocketed. The list plus the 4 over 12 days sequence, value prop, follow up, value prop, follow up. Unbelievable. And your advice for everyone was just don't be afraid to try new things.
Give it a shot. If it bombs, obviously pivot, but if it does great, then keep it going. Execute, make it better.
Keep testing these new sequences, these new lists. That's amazing, man. Jordan Black, hey, congratulations. Welcome to Presidents Club. We're going to ship you your award. We're going to get you invited to the exclusive private 7 Figure Club Mastermind. And then where can the audience connect with you, follow you, learn for more?
Yeah. Check me out. Look me up on LinkedIn, Jordan Black, and connect with me there. And feel free to reach out with any advice or help you need.
Awesome. And then for anyone that just joined Seamless, what tips do you have for them to quick start the fuel to the Ferrari?
Get sales navved with it, man. I mean, that was just unbelievable. Being able to go through, build 2,000, 2,500 people lists with crazy accuracy across all of it, plus all the intel if there was a particularly interesting account that we wanted to really target. One click in Seamless, and I know everything about the company, which was just sick, man. It really was.
That's awesome, man. Well, Jordan Black, congratulations. Welcome to the club. And look forward to making this next year your biggest and best yet. Now, when you get the award, make sure you shoot a video unboxing. We call it the unboxing ceremony when you get it. And then also, when can we see you again for the 8 Figure Club? What do you think from 1 to 10?
So holding myself true to this GMV model that I've now put myself to, I'm hoping mid next year you'll be seeing me on that 7 Figure Club. The goal for Clora is we want to hit $1 million a month. And then me personally, after that, I want to hit $1 million a month.
That's amazing, man. Unbelievable. $1 million a month. You're on your way. And we'll see you halfway through next year. So what is that? June of next year?
June, July, I'll be here, man.
All right, let's reconnect in June. Let's see where you guys are at. You can do it. If you got to 7 Figure Club, you could win 8 Figure Club. It's guaranteed. Awesome, man. Well, hey, great meeting you. Great connecting. Congratulations. And everyone tuning in, use Jordan's story as inspiration. If he could do it, you could do it. You just have
and
to
listen to the Top 1% podcast. Huge help.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, I was a little rusty at the start of it, but hopefully over time it got better and better. And
Well, you're doing something right. Jordan Belfort came on, right?
Yeah. That took like 2 years to get. That was insane. His episode was great, by the way.
It was sick.
It was sick. Ryan Serhan was really good too. If you saw his from $1 Million Listing, he's great too. Awesome. Well, hey, cheers, Jordan. Talk soon, man. Congrats. We'll get this thing shipped right away.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.